moment, and I think she was...
To them. I would not have invited other people to come and join in the Gemi Festival because those were Kikuyu songs, people celebrating their culture, their identity, and loving it and singing all the way. But there is no one time I refused to engage all Kenyans. In all my meetings, in all the 7 states I went, I had a good town hall meeting with Kenyans across the board.
All right. A member of the audience, across of those that you met at the United States, even put this very concern to you. I want us to watch this clip together. One of the ladies who was in the audience said that you are positioning yourself more as a tribal chief than a national leader. Mr. Gachagua, let's watch what she had to say. All right, we had a technical issue. We want to fix the sound and make sure that we can all hear that, both you, Mr. Gachagua, and those who are watching us at this moment. And I think she was referring to everything that had been happening with the young people in this country, and perhaps how you were addressing the various communities in there. Let's see if we can get that in just a moment. So we'll come back to that in a moment.
I hope you also play my reply as well.
Well, we're here, so we can hear your reply.
No, it's also good to see what I told her.
But now that, yes, we've seen that, but now that we're here, we're live with you. We will hear the response from you. Let's fix that clip and we'll come back to it in a moment. Now, you may be unapologetic about positioning yourself as a champion of regional interests. But as a person who started off as Kenya Kwanza, Kenya First, are you not concerned that you're now Mount Kenya First, Mount Kenya Kwanza?
I am a Kenyan and I champion the interests of Kenyans. But I do come from somewhere. And those people are Kenyans too. And their interests are also important. And doesn't mean that because I come from there, I should not articulate their interests. I must articulate their interests because I come from there. Much as I articulate the interests of all Kenyans, the people of that region are Kenyans too, and they have their interests like all other Kenyans. And I'm not alone. All other leaders from other regions articulate the interests of where they come from. It only becomes an issue when the region I come from has issues they want articulated. I have had the Speaker of the National Assembly. I have had the Prime Cabinet Secretary championing the interests of the Western region. I've never had somebody tell them that that is tribal. I have had Aden Duale and the people from the northern Kenya articulating the interests of the people of those regions. And it is right, there is nothing wrong. I support it myself. I've never had anybody tell them it is wrong. You know, I have had people from the Lake region talking about their issues, about the issues of fish, about the issues of how to make sense and to make money out of Lake Victoria. I've never had anybody had an issue. Every region, Yvonne, has unique issues that sometimes do not reflect to other regions. So, and they need to be articulated by people of those regions.
Mr. Gachagua, are you Mount Kenya First?
I'm Kenya First, but I come from Mount Kenya. Because at the end of it all, Yvonne, today you are here interviewing me. When you leave here, you go back home. You are not going to stay here forever. You are here articulating national issues. You are here interviewing me. You are here doing a job. But when you finish your job, you go back home. Same with regard to Gachagua. I am here in Nairobi. I was in the United States articulating issues to do with this country. I'm here fighting for the interests of the Kenyan people. But on Saturday, I'll go to Amunyoro. And when I go to Amunyoro, I must listen to what the people of Amunyoro are saying because they too are Kenyans.
All right. I want us to, I think we've now sorted out that issue because that may be a narrative that does not necessarily relate with the young people or the Gen Z of this nation. Let's listen.
You need, Mheshimiwa, to start positioning yourself as a national leader, not as a tribal leader. And I know many people won't like what I'm saying, but it's the truth. The first mistake that has been done in this event is speaking Kikuyu. I watched a speech about you in Boston, And the speech was a good speech, but there's something you said that Kikuyus economic, are more hardworking, paraphrasing, economic, we've grown the country. But we have done that because we are a beneficiary of the system of Jomo Kenyatta.
Are you able to put my reply?
Please do that here live now.
I was very happy with that young girl. To start with, my forums were not a praise and worship session. I didn't want people to come and praise and worship me and agree with me 100%. I was very happy to have negative criticism and had an opportunity to explain to the young girl that when I speak to people, my work is to give them hope and to give them encouragement. When I met some Mount Kenya people in Boston, they are business people there, I had to affirm them and say what is their place in our growth of our economy.
What do you think is the place of the Mount Kenya people in the
they
economy?
They are hardworking. I said you people are hardworking. You are industrious. You are central in the Kenyan economy. And I'm very happy that the same industry I see back home is what I see here in Boston. And you must continue with that spirit. Those people who I met in Boston were from the Mount Kenya. I speak their language. I had no business speaking to them in English because I was in Boston. The fact that I was in Boston did not make me English. I was still Kikuyu. They were all Kikuyus. They had called me for a boozy in a traditional way because I'm an elder. And they said, we have an organization here from home. We want you to come as an elder. We give you boozy. And when I rose to speak to them, I spoke to them in our language. And I just talked to them about industry, about working hard. And I was very happy with what they are doing. And I told them even back at home, this community is hardworking and it plays a very central role in the economic development of our country. I didn't say that others don't work hard. I didn't say others are not important. And Yvonne, even you are an anchor. When I speak to you as a leader, I must affirm you. I must say, Yvonne, you are a good presenter. I must encourage you to continue.
Well, it's not necessary,
No,
Mr. Gachagua, but be that as it may,
I
want us to, the affirmation is not necessary. But I think the question is, do you understand that is a genuine view of young people who are calling themselves tribalists and leaderless? Your defense is well appreciated, but do you hear that the young people may not want this and may see you in this way?
What I told that young girl, if you had played my answer, is that her age mates back home are my fans. They understand me and they know me and they love me.
Are all of them your fans?
Many of them are my fans.
And the ones who are not your fans, how do you address the issue that they have with that?
All of them don't have to be my fans. I persuade the ones who want to be my fans, and the ones who are not willing to be my fans, I persuade them to be my fans.
Okay, so the ones who say, the young people who say you are tribalist, you are an ethnic extremist, you're saying their concerns don't mean anything to you?
I am not saying they are not. I am saying it's not 100% Gen Zs who think I'm tribal. Many of them think I am a great leader, I'm a nationalist. And that's when you come to my meetings, it's full of Gen Zs. And I actually give them a chance to speak. But that does not mean that girl has no right to speak. She has a right to have a contrary opinion. I'm a Democrat myself. I cannot force her to say that I'm a nationalist. If she thinks I'm not a nationalist, she's entitled to her own opinion.
Right. So
but I did draw her attention to the fact that Gen Zs back at home, are my people. They are my supporters because they understand me and they know that I'm not tribal. It's only that that narrative has been driven, and her being away and not knowing what is going on here in Kenya when she's in the States, she has bought that narrative. But I did persuade her that that is not the case.
Okay, so you believe the people of Mount Kenya are very central to the country's economy?
All Kenyans are central to the economic development of our country. But the people of Mount Kenya, like all other Kenyans, play an important role. And
you said central, because there's a difference between a central role and an important role. Not everybody can be at the center, right?
I'm saying central means that they are very, very, very instrumental in business. If you go wherever town you go in this country, they are there doing business with other Kenyans. And therefore, they are central in that wherever town you go, if you go to Garissa, you find them there. If you go to Mombasa, you find them there. If you go to Malindi, you find them there. If you go to Loitoktok, you find there. And they live well with other Kenyans, and they do business with other Kenyans, and they are really appreciated by other Kenyans. So they do play a central role in Kenya's economic development, in that they are in every part of this country doing business.
All right. It is for this reason that some of your party members felt you should be impeached as deputy president, because they felt that your shareholder narrative is too divisive for the country. And let me just remind Kenyans that in the run-up to your impeachment, you were vocal about a concept that you called shareholding in government. You explained this quite a number of times on several occasions, where you believed or seemed to believe that development follows particular voting patterns. And you were very specific about how the Kenya Kwanza government should dole out goodies. I want us together to watch what you said about the shareholding narrative in government, and then we can seek some more understanding.
Hii serikali ni kampuni na ni ya shares, si ndio? Ni ya shares. Kuna wenye kampuni, wale wako na shares mingi, kuna wale wako na chache, kuna wale hawana. Sasa nyinyi mliinvest kwa hii kampuni ya William Ruto na Rigathi Gachagua. Sasa lazima mvune. Yule ambaye alipanda atafanya nini? Simulipanda? Simuliamuka mapema? Mukasema mutaki kusikia mambo ya ile system na nini? Muka invest, mukapanda, mukapalilia, mukaweka mbolea, mukamwagilia maji, wakati ya kuvuna ndio huu. Najua wengine wananikashifu ati mimi nasema ati wale walipanda wavune kwanza. Iko makosa? Iko makosa? Hata hao watavuna, lakini wangoje. Si wale walipanda ndio wavune kwanza? Wakishavuna wavune, ile tabaki kidogo, wale wakupanda waingie, watafute huko nini, ile tapatikana wachukue, wakwende. Si yuko namna hiyo?
Mr. Gachagua, maybe you've never been given an opportunity. I want to do that now. Please explain to us this shareholding concept and how does it work?
Even this matter has been taken out of context. Government formation is a process. And a coalition government is formed based on an agreement. I sat down with William Ruto and on behalf of the mountain people, negotiated our expectation from his government. And he negotiated the votes he wanted from our region. And he did negotiate with me that he wanted 70% of our votes. And in exchange, he would give us 40% of the government. It was not written, it was a gentleman's agreement. He sat down with the people of Western Kenya. They were wiser than me. They demanded an agreement. He demanded 70% of their vote. They demanded 30% of government. He sat with Kingi from the coast, and Kingi demanded certain things that will be done when government is formed. I was simply following the honoring of that agreement, that what was promised and what was agreed on must be honored. And I was saying, we made an agreement that we are investing in this government, and this is our expectation. And Yvonne, it is not that it is anything that I was coming out from the blue. It was an agreement that was negotiated, and I was insisting that that agreement should be honored. Other people are not insisting on the honoring of that agreement. I was under a lot of pressure from the people I negotiated on their behalf, that what we agreed on should be honored. And that is when William Ruto turned against me, because he didn't want to honor what we had agreed. And luckily for me, and it's a mistake that I made that I have to live with, I didn't insist on a written agreement. It was a gentleman's agreement. Nevertheless, even a verbal agreement in law is acceptable.
Sorry, just so we understand, you say you negotiated on behalf of your people.
Yes.
What did you negotiate for?
Positions, development, roads, coffee reforms, tea reforms, guaranteed minimum return. We did economic charters with President William Ruto for all counties in Kenya. And for the people that I represented, because he came to me because he wanted votes from my region. That is the truth. It was not that because he just loved me or he was my friend. It was quid pro quo, you know. Give me this, I give you this. And he said, Regadi, I want 70% of votes from the mountain. Mm-hmm. Can you deliver that? I said, yes, I can deliver. And I delivered 87%. And I said, I expect the following. I negotiated ministries of interior, finance, agriculture, water, lands, attorney general, trade. I negotiated all those agreements, you know? And where we started having problems is when he started taking away what we had negotiated. He took away finance. I had negotiated finance, he gave to Professor Ndungu. He took it away and gave it to Joan Mbadi. I had negotiated interior. I had negotiated trade. I had negotiated that and that. Because Vaughan, and that is where many people probably fight like...
Although John Mbadi came after you.
No, I'm just saying along the way.
Okay.
That agreement still stands, whether I'm there or not. Because I negotiated on behalf of our people who voted.
Right.
And then they delivered. They gave him 7% of the votes. So they honored part of the agreement because the agreement was 70%.
So this was on behalf of the people of Mount Kenya?
Yes, yes, yes.
We don't hear much of the complaints from the people of Mount Kenya about whatever these agreements that were not made.
You wouldn't know. Why is there a rebellion in that mountain? That is the issue. It's only that I speak out. Other leaders don't speak out because they have been compromised. I speak out. And why do I speak out, Vaughan? Because I'm the one who entered the agreement on their behalf. I am the one who is taken to task, by the population. You came and promised us. You told us we vote for this man. We are going to have coffee reforms. We are going to have tea reforms. We are going to fight alcohol. We are going to do ABCD. We are going to improve the environment for business. Now, things have turned upside down. We are being overtaxed. We are being levied too many taxes. You misled us. So what I was doing is responding from the pressure from the people on whose behalf I negotiated with William Ruto. But I took it up with him. Yeah,
but what you're saying, I suppose, is perhaps what we've always understood, that our political patterns and our voting patterns are tribal.
Let me tell you, Yvonne, it's not tribal. It's coalitions are coalitions.
No, but you said, when there was an agreement that was made with you on behalf of the people of Mount Kenya, with Amason Kingi on behalf of the people from his region. So you're making this tacit admission now as former Deputy President of the Republic and a party leader that our voting and our political patterns are based along tribal lines.
Coalitions are formed by regional blocks. Okay? Mm-hmm. And William Ruto sought me out and my people. He sought Kingi, he sought Wetangula and Musalia. He sought everybody else. And that's the nature of our politics for now.
Okay, all right. So some then say, and I want us to listen to this clip coming up, that you are simply renaming tribalism, and instead of using the word tribes, you call them shares and shareholding. Let's listen to you defending this again at a different occasion.
Niko hapo. Huyu Felix ako hapo. Rais mnamjua. Mimi mnanijua msimamo yangu.
Silence on my set.
Ya kwamba watoto wakiwa wengi kuna wale kwanza ya kuangaliwa, si mnajua? Sasa huyu Felix ako pale ndio mwenye kuunganisha mawaya. Mambo yetu tumepanga. Mambo iko sawa. Chakula iko jikoni karibu kuiva. Watoto ni wengi, chakula ni kidogo. Iko watoto ya nyumbani, iko ajirani, iko namna hiyo, na nyinyi mtulie. Chakula ikiiva, sisi ndio wenye kupakua, na watoto tunawajua kwa sura na kwa msimamo. Hatuwezi kuwa confused. Kuna mtu wajua watoto yake.
Mr. Gachagua, who gets to eat first and how much?
But I think you need to understand the concept of our politics. I was in a meeting in Nandi, and the Nandis were asking, you voted for this government. We have our sons who have not been employed. We have expectations. You people promised us that when you form government, you will do this for us. You have not done it. My work as a leader is to assure them. That's what I was saying. Relax. We are still working on it. We know your support. We know you by name. We know you by face.
But you were creating rank. So, Mr. Gachagua, is it your belief today that the people who vote for a particular leader should be first in line for development projects, and the ones who don't vote for them do not get anything or get the scraps?
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I believe that
that's what you're saying in that clip.
Far from it. You are not interpreting the context. They were talking about placements, and I was saying, please, things are still being worked out. Relax. We know you. We know where you are.
So is placement based on those that vote?
Not necessarily.
Because it's the same thing you said. You asked for specific ministries.
But those
would it not be the person that is most qualified or merits that position, or is it just basically tribe, the people that voted?
It is still meritocracy. It's still meritocracy, but there is regional balance. You know, there is a chance for every Kenyan.
All right, in that regional balance, how many ministries are you going to get per your agreement?
In terms of?
You mentioned that there was the Ministry of Interior, the Ministry of Finance.
I negotiated for 8.
For 8,
yes, I
right?
negotiated, yeah.
In a cabinet of 22.
Yes.
Where would the regional balance if 8 out of the 22 come from one community? You've just talked of regional balance.
I negotiated with the president because of the vote that I was bringing in.
All right,
It was up to him to make the decision. Yeah.
Well, it was up to the both of you. Weren't you? President and deputy president are the ones who sit down and craft the government?
He is the appointing authority.
Oh, so now you're saying it's his issue to ensure regional balance and not yours? As long as you get your 8 out of 22?
It's still the same thing. When Raila Odinga came, he negotiated for 4 positions for him to support William Ruto.
I'm sitting with Mr. Gachagua.
No, but I am saying it is not that it is any different for anybody. It is what happens in this country. When William Ruto sought the support of Raila Odinga, he came and demanded 4 cabinet positions and 11 principal secretaries, and he was given for support. Even us, to give William Ruto support, we demanded certain things, and it was upon him to evaluate, take it or leave it. You know?
And now that you're out of government, is this a concept that you still believe in, Mr. Gachagua?
In terms of?
Shareholding?
I am not talking about shareholding in terms of being discriminatory. We are saying when we form a government, people must sit down and agree that if we are successful, yeah, we are willing to bring this number of votes here. This is our expectation from that administration. It happens all over the world. People must negotiate. And it's only that I was a tough negotiator, and why people thought probably I'm tribal or I am too much is because I was insisting to get what I negotiated for, and I was being shortchanged. And I was saying, no, I don't want to be shortchanged. I must get what I negotiated for, because on my part, I delivered what I promised.
Let's move to some more recent developments now, and back to your trip to the United States. Let's take a look at some of the other issues. While you were there, Mr. Gachagua, you made an allegation that President Ruto met al-Shabaab leaders. That's a serious allegation, isn't it?
I didn't make the allegation. Here you are. Let me take you through. I'll take some time. It's not me. I was simply asking him to answer. Senator James Rich is the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee in the American Senate, tabled a bill in the Senate asking that the status of Kenya as a non-NATO ally be reviewed in view of the following allegations. Relations with China, that is one. Number 2, relations with Iran. Number 3, government of Kenya and key officials of Kenya with non-state armed groups and violent extremist organizations, including the Rapid Support Forces and Al-Shabaab, participation in the Belt and Road Initiative, and then...
Yeah, I'm an AI, but I'm here to talk apps. Real apps you can build in minutes with Base 44. This finance app solves your business headaches, tracking invoices, managing clients, keeping payments in check, all in one place. Go to Base 44 and write your prompt, what your app should do, how it should look, and the problems it should solve. Base starts generating your app right in front of you. Invoice list, client profiles, payment tracking. It's like watching a team of developers, designers, and a business coach bring your idea to life. Now let's make it even better by adding features that fit exactly how you work. I'll add scan receipts, digitize them, and act your expenses. Now I can snap a photo and it's logged instantly, no more manual expense entry. Finally, let's add an expenses prediction dashboard that forecasts monthly and yearly costs. Now you've got an app tailored to your business needs, built around the way you work. Start with your idea. Base 44 does the rest.
Blocked persons and foreign terrorist organizations, including such individuals and entities based in southern Sudan and Somalia. Again, extrajudicial killings and abductions. I'm not the one who came with these allegations. So when these allegations came and they were in the headline, Kenya is under investigations in the Senate. This is a bill, I've given it to you. President William Ruto replied and said the Americans have a problem with him because he has opened bilateral trade with China, which is good for the country. And that is why the Americans want to review their relationship with Kenya. So when I went to the next meeting, I said, fine, you have answered about China. What about the other allegations? You are being investigated in the country for working with Al-Shabaab, for working with RSF from Sudan, for extrajudicial killings, for abductions. The Americans want to know why. It is alleged there was a meeting in Mandera. Can you please answer? It is not me who came with this allegation. This matter is before the Senate.
Here is what, and I'm looking at this congressional record that you have shared.
Yes.
It talks about an assessment of Kenya as a financial safe haven
Yes.
for certain entities,
Yes.
including certain individuals.
Yes.
It doesn't name President William Ruto by name. You, on the other hand, are
Yes.
saying that he met Al-Shabaab
Yes, I did.
officials?
I named
because
him
this is
because
very different.
I named
Senator
him.
Risch, and in this
I'm
Congress,
saying-
does not talk about
I am
President
saying-
William Ruto
I am
meeting.
saying
This
it's
was
talking-
your statement.
It's talking about Kenya
It's talking about
and,
Kenya.
and its officials.
And those officials, according to you, are
Who
President
leads
William
Kenya?
Ruto?
Yes. Who leads Kenya? Who leads Kenya? And I am saying, I concluded it's William Ruto because I am private.
Okay.
I am private, and I've said it before,
Yeah.
on record, that President William Ruto has a working relationship with Hemeti, the leader.